A momentous event brought to life several naval traditions. Please stay with us for this.
The Nigerian Navy, since its establishment in 1956, has continued to play a significant role in fostering peace and security, protection of Nigeria's territorial integrity, particularly with regards to defending the country's maritime domain, as well as the protection of Nigeria's oil and gas infrastructures as part of its constitutional mandate. These tasks and more, the Nigerian Navy has consistently and effectively delivered on. The last 8 years have seen unprecedented Navy fleet recapitalization, made possible through the support and funding by the Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. Fleet reviews date back to the 16th century when King Henry VIII of England carried out an impromptu fleet review of English naval ships. The practice of rowing or sailing sovereigns and presidents to review their country's warships has become a part of a revered naval tradition to date. During such occasions, warships and other maritime platforms such as maritime and air assets are paraded before the sovereign or president. In Nigeria, the tradition dates back to 1st September 1981, when former President Shehu Shagari reviewed the first Nigerian Navy fleet and presented new colors to the Navy. Since then, the Nigerian Navy has successfully organized 4 presidential fleet reviews on 12th August 1987, 23rd September 1992, 2nd June 2006, and on 29th September 2010, with the 2023 Presidential Fleet Review marking the 6th in the history of Nigeria. With a World Press Conference at the Naval Headquarters Abuja, kickstarting the countdown to the history-making event. The Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awazuberu Gambo, represented by the Navy Chief of Policy and Plans, Rear Admiral Suleiman Garba, says the Presidential Fleet Review 2023, tagged Fleet Readiness for National Prosperity, was carefully chosen to underscore the essence and value of the Nigerian Navy as a responsive naval force poised towards the attainment of national prosperity. He revealed that during the 8-year administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, the Nigerian Navy has achieved remarkable feat, a reason for the honor. This was followed with a maritime discourse which held at the Admiralty Conference Center, Naval Dockyard Limited, Victoria Island, Lagos, on Saturday 20th May 2023. The Chief of the Naval Staff emphasized the importance of a prepared naval fleet to a littoral nation like Nigeria and the undesirable consequences on economy should it be lacking.
Prosperity of nations, particularly littorals, are inextricably linked to the huge resources derived from the maritime environment. As such, any impediment within the environment due to unavailability of a prepared naval fleet would be undesirable and with great consequences on economic survival of such nations. This, among others, are compelling reasons to further explore and unwrap formidable factors that can guarantee a prepared naval fleet poised to ameliorate maritime insecurity for prosperity of such littorals.
This formed the basis for the theme of the Presidential Fleet Review, tagged Fleet Readiness for National Prosperity, with subtopics narrowed into doctrine and workup, logistics support, fleet maintenance, and crew preparedness, for the purpose of deriving the benefits from the interactions.
I am certain that unbundling the team at this discourse will assist in deriving benefits of this all-important interaction, which is to project Nigerian Navy's current and future efforts to consolidate a robust fleet that is ever ready to carry out its constitutional mandates and impart tax in conjunction with other government agencies, maritime stakeholders, our allies and partners for the achievement of national prosperity. In this regard, it is pertinent to state that the Nigerian Navy has achieved several commendable milestones within the last 8 years, ranging from recapitalization and strengthening collaborative efforts with national and international stakeholders. This could not have been possible, of course, without the tremendous backing of Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic. Sir, the Nigerian Navy is indebted for this unprecedented support.
The special guest of honor and Minister of Defense, Major General Bashir Saleh Magashi, retired, says it is imperative that the nation builds a virile, forward-looking and responsive naval force that will be capable of safeguarding the nation's maritime environment.
Particularly at a period that our great nation is having a sustained and unbroken 23 years of democratic transition with higher potentials and hopes of a great future. Auspiciously, the Nigerian Navy has continued to play a key role in shaping this great future. Consequently, I cannot agree less with the CNN when he spoke of Mr. President providing the catalyst for the Nigerian Navy to function effectively. I also agree with the Chief of Naval Staff that the complementary factors of man, machine, and process mirrors the subtopics of the theme for the Presidential Fleet Review.
Encouraging participants to vigorously examine and appraise the 4 subtopics of the discourse with the belief that the discourse will garner inputs and draw inspirations and experiences of participants.
Therefore, as a precursor to the Presidential Fleet Review, I expect this maritime discourse to focus on introspecting and interrogating our strategic and operational inclination towards promoting and supporting our Navy adequately. The critical introspection is aimed at first consolidating our gains and making them fit for purpose with enhanced operational effectiveness. Secondly, it is aimed at acknowledging our weakest links and rethinking our strategies with a view to charting new frontiers for improved operational readiness.
With presentations from seasoned speakers, panel discussions, and plenary sessions, the theme of the Presidential Fleet Review 2023 was adequately dissected, touching all key areas of interest. High point of the maritime discourse was a presentation of plagues. Thursday, 20th May 2023, a gala night event was held in honor of President Muhammadu Buhari by the Nigerian Navy. The event, which was chaired by the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awo Gambo CFR, took place at the Naval Dockyard, Victoria Island, Lagos. The night had various performances, largely by children of Nigerian Navy secondary schools, NOAA schools, and children of Navy personnel.
I humbly request to join the special guest of honor in giving the performer a round of applause with a standing ovation.
The audience had a good time watching from one performance to the other. It was a pleasant atmosphere with invited guests, all seated, and ships all dressed, adorned with flags and pennants to celebrate the special events, all waiting.
To announce the arrival of the special guest of honor and the viewing officer of the year 2023 Presidential Peace Review.
The arrival of the special guest of honor and reviewing officer for the Presidential Fleet Review 2023, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces for the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, signals the start of the day's event. Mr. President, all dressed in full. President Muhammadu Buhari GCFR as he made his way to inspect the parade.
Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would not be exaggerating if I told you that this occasion has several icons. One of such memorable moments is the inspection of the parade by the reviewing officer. The President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, has now commenced inspection of the parade.
This parade is composed of 2 guards and a band. Each guard has 3 officers and 48 ratings. In total, there are 105 personnel on parade. The parade is commanded by Commander M.P. Ibrahim. The number 1 guard officer is Lieutenant M.M. Ona, while the 2nd guard is commanded by Lieutenant U.B. Usman. The sub-guard commanders for the number 1 guard are Lieutenant Erebusele and Sub-Lieutenant O.P.
Committee on the Navy, Senator George Sekibo, Vice Chairman, House Committee on Navy, Honorable Captain Jacob Ajao, and other members of the National Assembly, invited chiefs of the naval staff of friendly maritime nations, foreign navies, and coast guards delegations. Others seated are generals, flag officers commanding, air officers commanding, very senior officers, members of the diplomatic corps, royal fathers, captains of industries, and distinguished invited international and in-country guests. In his welcome address, the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awa Zubairu Gambo, appreciates the special guest of honor for all his support to the Nigerian Navy, especially in the area of fleet recapitalization, while restating the purpose of the event.
Today's event marks a major milestone in the history of our dear country and the Nigerian Navy. In recent memory, similar events were conducted in 2006 and 2010 respectively. This review is, however, unique as it is organized in honor of Mr. President, who has provided unprecedented support to the Nigerian Navy in terms of fleet recapitalization, infrastructural development, and personnel welfare, thereby boosting morale and fighting efficiency. The review is also designed to mark the culmination of Mr. President's 8-year tenure in office. Another peculiar feature of this review is the commissioning of a landing ship transport, an inshore patrol crafts, and one Augusta Westland brand new light utility helicopter, all of which form part of ships to be reviewed along Lagos Channel. Also included in this formation are the Ghanaian Navy ship GNS Blica and Italian Navy ship Neve Brosini.
The Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari, performs the naval tradition of bell ringing, symbolizing the official flag-off of the year 2023 Fleet Review.
Can we please give the reviewing officer a resounding round of applause?
The reviewing officer, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, embarks Nigerian Navy ship Sokoto along with the Honorable Minister of Defense, the Chief of the Naval Staff, and the Executive Governor of Lagos State to conduct the review and commissioning of ships and a helicopter. NNS Abba conveys members of National Assembly, the Chief of Defense Staff, Service Chiefs, and the Inspector General of Police, wives of Service Chiefs, members of the Diplomatic Corps, and heads of foreign navies. NNS Sokoto conveys the reviewing officer southwards in the direction of the Lagos Channel entrance from the sea, placing the fleet on her starboard side. The starboard side is a naval term for the right-hand side, while port side connotes the left-hand side. In the process, the reviewing officer commissions NNS Kada and NNS Ibeno, as well as one Augusta Westland 109E helicopter.
His Excellency the President has endorsed the commissioning of the Nigerian Navy ship Kada, which was performed by Commodore I. Mohammed.
From there, the Commander-in-Chief sails to review all other Nigerian Navy ships and international participating ships. The Nigerian Navy ship Sokoto returns to disembark His Excellency, Mr. President, and other dignitaries.
Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the boats before you are employed in a wide spectrum of maritime operations, ranging from boarding operations, and sea to tactical riverine operations where their maneuverability is tested to the limits.
The Nigerian Navy's Special Boat Service thrilled Mr. President to a special display.
Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, now the boats are forming line abreast formation to execute a heart-shaped maneuver. This maneuver symbolizes the love of the Nigerian Navy, the Commander-in-Chief, and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Shall we please give them another round of applause?
Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, the Grey Raptor just passed the targeted area. The Grey Raptor in Miracle was inducted recently during the Nigerian Air Force anniversary about a couple of weeks ago in Enugu.
Demonstrating the cooperation that exists between the Nigerian Navy and the other sister services, the Nigerian Air Force jets were at hand with various displays to entertain Mr. President and the audience at this auspicious occasion,
which is a salutation to the special guests of honor.
Then comes that the Nigerian Navy has put to use its assets effectively, which is evident in successes recorded in the fight against resource theft, counter-drug operations, and piracy.
I will particularly commend the diligent arraignment and prosecution of anti-heroic Idun sequel to the detection and arrest for attempting to load crude oil offshore Bonny in August 2022 without authorization, to cite one example. This successful conviction further confirms the Navy's resolve to protect resources belonging to our country.
Mr. President says he is aware of the Nigerian Navy's collaboration with navies from partner nations to boost synergy in addressing illegalities within the Gulf of Guinea, saying they have contributed to the Nigerian Navy's interoperability and readiness for maritime security operations.
I am aware that the Navy regularly collaborates with navies from partner nations to boost synergy in addressing illegalities within the Gulf of Guinea, especially during joint exercises. I want to sincerely commend heads of navies and coast guards, as well as foreign allies, for this useful cooperation. I sincerely thank you for honoring me and my country.
He commended the government and good people of Lagos State and other maritime stakeholders for the critical support given to the Nigerian Navy to conduct the Presidential Fleet Review. With a parade in place and in honor of His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, it was the moment for the national and the 21-gun salutes to mark the climax of this historic occasion, a military sign of respect. It is no doubt a privilege for the Nigerian Navy, under the leadership of Vice Admiral Awa Zubairu Gambo, Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, to bestow this coveted honor on our incomparable President and Commander-in-Chief, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, Grand Commander of Certainly Be Kind to a rare leader of his kind.
There is no doubt that the support the Nigerian Navy continues to enjoy from the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, especially in the area of fleet recapitalization, will go a long way in strengthening the Nigerian Navy and positioning her as a regional power and further putting her in a position to carry out our constitutional mandate to the optimum level. Thank you for being part of this episode of the Nigerian Navy today. I am Jibrin Baba Ndache. Onward together.